Today's lesson is on zero and negative exponents. First, we're going to be evaluating expressions with zero and negative exponents. So for our first problem, we have 3 to the negative 4th power. On this problem, we have a negative exponent. When we have a negative exponent, so 3 to the negative 4th power, that would be equal to 1 divided by 3 to the 4th power. So we have 1 divided by 3 to the 4th power. So we will go ahead and take our base, which was 3. We will change our negative exponent to a positive exponent, and then we'll write those in the denominator. We'll then write a 1 in the numerator. We want to evaluate our expression, so we need to solve 3 to the 4th power. 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So our answer would be 1 over 81, or 1 divided by 81. For number 2, we have negative 8 and 5/10 to the negative 4th power times negative 8 and 5/10 to the 4th power. We're going to use our product of powers property to help us solve this problem. So we have negative 8 and 5/10, and then when we have the product of powers property, so we have the same base, we add our exponents since we're multiplying. So we're going to have negative 4 plus 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So now we have negative 8 and 5/10 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So our answer is 1. And now for number 3, we have 2 to the 6th power divided by 2 to the 8th power. On this problem, we're going to use our quotient of powers property to help us solve. We have the same base and we're dividing, so we'll subtract our exponents. So we have 2, and then for our exponent we have 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. So we have 2 to the negative 2 power. If we have a negative exponent, we want to go ahead and keep the same base. We want to change our exponent to a positive exponent and write that in the denominator. So we have 2, which is our base. We want a positive exponent, so we're going to have a positive 2 instead of negative 2. That is now in the denominator, and in the numerator I write 1. So this would be 1 over 2 squared. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So my answer would be 1/4. Now we're going to simplify expressions. So we're going to simplify. We want to write our expression using only positive exponents. So for number 4, I have negative 5x to the 0 power, or negative 5 times x to the 0 power. This would be negative 5 times x to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So x to the 0 power would be equal to 1. So I have negative 5 times 1. And negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. And now for number 5, I have 9y to the negative 3rd power divided by y to the 5th power. I can go ahead and use my quotient of powers property to simplify y to the negative 3rd power divided by y to the 5th power. So I have 9, and then I'll have y, which is my base. I will then subtract my exponents, so negative 3 minus 5. Now I need to simplify negative 3 minus 5, and that would then be plus a negative. So I have negative 3 plus negative 5. So that gives me 9y to the negative 8th power. I have a negative exponent for my y, so that needs to be in the denominator. My 9 has a positive exponent. It just has a 1 with it. So my 9 actually stays in the numerator. I don't have to move it. my y to the negative 8th power would then be in my denominator. When I move it to the denominator, my exponent becomes positive. So I have 9 over y to the 8th power, or 9 divided by y to the 8th power.